Hi, my name is Yasu, and I'm a licensed real estate agent in Japan. And in this video, I want to talk about how you can identify self-proclaimed real estate agent in Japan and licensed real estate agent in Japan, because so many people are confused that, oh, I know some people from online and they said that they're a real estate agent in Japan, and they just don't know how legitimate they are. And in Japan, the term real estate agent is just like consultant, whether people have license or not. They can just claim themselves that, oh, I'm a real estate agent. And that is very dangerous. Especially, there are a lot of licensed real estate agents. They actually went through a screening process to be registered in the national database to be issued a license. And then they go through everything to prepare, like, I'm not broke, I didn't go to bankrupt in Japan, or I have these identifications here and there, get all the paperwork down, and then finally be registered and go to the municipal governmental office to get the license card. It's just like a driver's license. And this one has too much private information. Not only my name, but also my home address, my birthday, and everything. It's just literally, it's a driver's license. And they acknowledge, and they even said that, the government says that when you present your license card to your client, which we must do when we are doing explanation of important session, which it's a mandatory session that needs to be done between client and licensed agent, and only licensed agent can do explanation of important matter, and only licensed agents can actually put their names on the paper of explanation of important matter. But anyway, we need to do it by presenting the card, just like this one. I'm not sure. I'm hiding all my personal informations, like, and this is okay. They even said that it's okay to hide those personal information about home address and everything. Then I'm thinking that if they legally, they're okay for us not to show our home address and everything, hiding those information, still presenting this real estate license card to clients. Why don't they just make the one that my license numbers and everything, my name is fine, even my birthday is fine, but why don't they put my home address just back of the card? That's what I think. That's actually what most of the agents feel like. Why don't they make it that way? They are just lazy, and probably this way is much cheaper. But it has all the information: expiration day, when it's issued, my license number, so that, and this information is gonna be on the sales contract, as well as explanation of important matter. So anything that I tell my clients, I create the contract and also go through explanation of important matter, check everything, and then clients can ask me that, but you actually tell me such thing when we actually viewing the property. And I can tell the clients that for that issue, look at the clause number 5 and everything. So everything is in line with what I explained. And the sales contract is the same thing. But what if your agents are not licensed? They can tell you anything, but they're not gonna put their names on the documentations. They're not gonna be there for the contract signing and everything because they cannot do anything because they're not licensed. So when you encounter anyone who claims to be a real estate agent in Japan, just ask, are you licensed? If you're licensed, show me your license card. Show me your license number. And if your guy cannot provide you that information, I just walk away because he or she is not licensed. And it's very dangerous that you keep engaging with those people. The other thing that as people working in the real estate needs to have is employment ID, which is required by real estate law. And you might kind of feel like, okay, don't we all have one when we work for a company? That is actually true. But this employment card that regulated by Japanese real estate law is companies must have employees to carry this identification card. It has all of the information regarding my name, my birthday, my employment number, the company's information, company's name, expiration day, and then whether company is gets the permit to operate real estate business, what's the number, license numbers, and everything, so that you can know, the clients can know that I work for a legitimate registered real estate company. And this is really the way for you to check that you're engaging with the person who is also in a database to make sure that if something goes wrong, you can report it to the authority and they can check that, oh, Yasuhiro, yes, he works for this company, and they can track me down, and then you can actually do both ways. One is checking my license number and track me down, or checking my employment ID and the numbers, and then check the company informations, and then if I do something wrong, you can make a case. You know exactly whom and which company you would actually have hold accountable for any wrongdoings. But if you encounter unregistered, self-proclaimed real estate agent, you cannot get that kind of protections. So people are allowed to work in Japanese real estate industry even they're not licensed yet. I'm sure they're working really hard and study so hard to pass the examination, but it's so difficult because everything is in Japanese. Examination takes place only once a year in October. Passing rate is 16% or 17%. It's a national license. And unlike US, once people have that license, get the license card, something like that, whether you have a license in Tokyo or Hokkaido or Okinawa, it doesn't matter. We can do brokerage in the entire Japan. So that way, you need to identify who is really licensed and registered real estate agent, or this person is just a self-proclaimed real estate agent that you need to stay away from. And some people like saying that I'm a real estate professional or I'm a real estate consultant, advisory, it really doesn't matter. Like what kind of work history or achievements they might show online, it really doesn't matter. What you need is the person's license number or registered employment ID number, including the company that he or she works for, so that if something goes wrong, you can have them held accountable for any wrongdoings and any damages. You can possibly reclaim that I have this damage. It cost me 5 million Japanese yen. I want my money back. And then you can report it to the authority. And then those legitimate real estate companies actually putting the deposit into the associations. So the money is pulled in there. And you can actually reclaim some of the money if the association, the authority confirms that you've been damaged, wrongdoings by licensed agents or registered real estate companies. Yes, you can reclaim the money from. But if you are engaging with those just only self-proclaimed real estate agent and who has no employment ID, and you cannot really confirm that he or she really works for a legitimate real estate company, you're gonna be in big trouble. So this is really the way that you can check. And then the final part is your agent's Japanese proficiency, because you may feel very comfortable with the person that you've been talking and communicating with because of the person communicates well with you and then English is good enough. But it's just only part of everything that you need to pay attention to, and you shouldn't move forward only with the fact that you can feel comfortable communicating with your agent in English, because this is Japan. All of the informations, contract, explanation of important matters, investigation reports about the property, and communicating with seller, communicating with seller's agent, everything is in Japanese. So what if your agent doesn't really understand Japanese well enough to communicate with seller's agent or comprehend what's written on the investigation report about the property that you're thinking to purchase? How can you be so sure that he or she can give you all of the information precisely for you to make informative decisions? I really highly doubt that. So please make sure that your agent is fully bilingual, English and Japanese. Or you should ask your agents that what is your JLPT level? It's a Japanese proficiency level test. Ideally N1. That's the highest of the test. And I think personally, non-native Japanese speakers should have N1 level, because all of the documents, contracts, explanation of important matters, property investigating reports and everything, it's just so complicated to understand. So you want to make sure that your agent has N1 level Japanese, if not native. But N2 might be okay. But if your agent doesn't have that, seriously, you need to find another person. And possibly the person might tell you that you don't really have to worry about that because my colleague is Japanese. He or she can do everything for us. But think this way. How can you confirm that his or her colleagues really understands everything and then successfully convey the information to your agent in English and then successfully give you all of the information in a proper context. How can you make sure? It's impossible. You're not looking for just translator or interpreter. You're looking for a licensed, registered, bilingual real estate agent, because if you're serious, you're gonna spend so much money to buy a property in Japan. It's not like, let's say, I'm not sure how I can make this one, but let's say I go to different countries and then I want to order something, but I don't understand the language, and I ask the waiter to translate and explain, and he or she might tell me something, but it doesn't have to be precise. If something is mistranslated and I order something but I didn't like it, it's just shoganai, that's fine. But it's buying a property is a huge commitment and it costs you so much money. So you're not really looking for a translator or interpreter. You're looking for bilingual licensed real estate agent. So if your agents cannot understand and speak native level Japanese or N1 or N2 level Japanese, seriously, stay away from them. Yeah, it's really a bad practice. And then if someone tells you that, don't worry, AI will solve everything. Please, as a bilingual person, I can utilize AI in English and Japanese really well. But if a monolingual person uses AI to try to understand what's written in the contracts, explanation of important matters, property investigating reports, or try to communicate with sales agents in English and then just gets all the information in Japanese, translate everything in English, how can the person or your agent be 100% sure that English one and Japanese one 100% identical? How? He or she uses AI to translation because he or she doesn't speak Japanese or doesn't understand Japanese well enough. So how can he or she confirm the outcome produced by AI is precise? That's really the issue. And then because of that, you really need full bilingual licensed and registered real estate agent in Japan to navigate everything. Yeah, that's how you identify self-proclaimed real estate agent in Japan and licensed and registered real estate agent in this country. Yeah, I really don't like it's okay for anyone to claim that I'm a real estate agent. And it should be more strict, just like unless you have licensed for being a lawyer, registered, no one can say that I'm a lawyer. And when it comes to real estate agent, it should be like that too. Otherwise, it's very confusing, especially in English, Chinese, Korean, like different languages other than Japanese, because Japanese authorities cannot pay attention to things that's promoted or written in different kind of languages. And it's very, very dangerous. So hopefully this information will actually help you to feel more confident and comfortable with working with real estate agent in Japan. And you don't have to buy. Seriously, you don't have to buy. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so thank you for watching. And I want to build up a little bit more on the topic of real estate in Japan. So if you have any questions, please leave comments. And based on the comments, I can figure out what kind of contents, what kind of topics I should actually start creating. So thank you for watching. Please take care. For now, Johnny. Bye bye.